All right, let's check if the stream works as expected. And there's the URL, and paste it. So I need to start presentation once more. And screen go, I hope. Let's see if it shows up in the live stream. Miha, you can see my slides?
I don't know. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Then let's start. Oh, I still can't see it in the stream.
I can see it in. Oh, okay. Well, I see your first slide,
Well,
but
there's a bit of a delay in the stream, I guess. So
maybe.
Can't see the actual screen. There it goes. Okay. So hello and welcome to the presentation Turning X2Go Client and LibreOffice Impress into a Teleprompter for Presentations, which is actually a meta presentation, a live stream presentation showing you how to do live stream presentations. First, if you're looking for a teleprompter solution for offline recording, then what we are going to show you in this presentation will seem overly complicated and convoluted. And yes, it is, if you're only looking for a solution for pre-recording your presentations and don't intend to do it live. For that use case, I recommend exporting your slides into JPEG or PNG files and splicing them into the video in your video editing tool. And you can find a simple but very useful teleprompter solution that even is open source software at the URL below. But what if you want to stream live? Well, for that, we need to look at two bad habits that seem to be rather common amongst novice presenters because they are simply not aware of the features LibreOffice has to offer. The first one is to use a single screen setup, sharing the entire screen and running the presentation slides in full screen mode. This blocks both access to your notes or cues and to your streaming window, so you're basically flying blind. And you can't gauge your audience reactions, and you will miss any questions they may have if they decide to use a text chat instead of interrupting you verbally. So that is a bad solution. And the second bad habit is using two screens, usually a laptop screen and a projector, when doing in-person presentations on a stage, for example, but using mirror mode, so both screens show the same image. Now, on an actual stage, you will of course be able to notice your audience reactions, but you will still lock yourself out of your notes. So once again, you're flying blind. So let me introduce you to LibreOffice Presenter Console. Now, of course, this requires two screens. And this setting is hidden in the menu under Slideshow Settings. And I guess one reason why not many people know about this feature is that it only becomes available if the second screen is connected, active, and set to expand the current screen. If it's not connected, not active, or it's in mirror mode, then these corresponding options will be grayed out. And all this needs to take place before you start LibreOffice, because it only checks the screen setup once at startup. Here you can see what it looks like when it's not available versus when it's enabled. Once set up properly, it will show you your notes, a preview of the current and a preview of the upcoming slide on one screen, while showing the current slide in full screen on the other, which usually is the projector or the screens next to a stage. Note that you can always add and edit your notes with only one screen attached. That feature is always available. Now, when you enable the presenter console and start the presentation, LibreOffice will completely occupy both screens. So on one screen, you will see your slides, while on the other screen, you will see your previews and your notes, but you still can't see what's going on in your live stream while you're running your presentation. So there's no way to resize the presenter console window with the cues and the previews to less than 100% of the screen size. Or is there? And this is where X2Go Client comes into play. X2Go Client is when Cinerama is enabled in the session settings. The trick that we are going to use here is that we are going to configure an X2Go session that connects to localhost and runs a minimal desktop environment, which I usually recommend OpenBox for, but anything minimalistic will do. I would advise against using the same desktop environment that you use locally, since some of them don't expect you to be logged in twice to a graphical interface at the same time. And this can cause some very weird stuff to happen. The worst case is that once you terminate your X2Go session, it also terminates your local session. Of course, you could also use a separate user account for the presentation, but then you need to remember to either create your slides under that account, or move the file over to the other home directory, or set proper permissions so the other user can access the file. So using a minimal desktop environment and the same user just makes things way easier. So here are the settings that we talked about. Connection to localhost, OpenBox as the desktop environment of our choice, and Cinerama is enabled. And after that, feel free to also go to the connection tab. Let me just highlight this here. So you can go to the connection tab and move the slider all the way to the right to the local area network position just for good measure. And now that we have configured this particular X2Go client session, let's see how this is going to help us. So here's our plan. Enable the second screen, start the X2Go session, then move or resize the session window so it covers the entire second screen plus 1/2 to 2/3 of the main screen. And after that, disable the window decoration on the session window. That's what you can see happening in this screenshot. So this is Trinity desktop environment, and it has a feature under advanced settings where I can disable the window decoration. Other window managers, other desktop environments will have similar settings there. And some are smart enough to resize the window once the decoration is gone. With others, you might have to move and/or resize the window again. And to do so, you will need to go to your taskbar, right-click the X2Go session window and select the move and resize commands from there, because obviously you do not have the window decoration anymore from which you usually do it. After that, open and then again move and/or resize your streaming window so it uses up the remaining space on your main screen. So for this demo, I took a screenshot with a small Jitsi window. And this would be the area where LibreOffice would display its main screen, and this would be the presenter area. So next, you run LibreOffice inside the X2Go session. So if you're using OpenBox and you don't have a taskbar in there, I usually run Tint2, but you don't have to. You can just right-click into the black screen and select Office and LibreOffice from there. Do make sure you do not have anything LibreOffice related running locally, like the Quick Starter, for example. If you do, then the new LibreOffice window will not open inside the X2Go session, but inside your local session. This is a bug in LibreOffice that they are unwilling to fix. So in LibreOffice, again, make sure that the presenter console is active and start your presentation. And now you can share the second screen with your remote audience. So anything to the right of this line is the second screen, and this will be shared with the audience. You can see your own notes here. You place your cursor somewhere here, so you can click right and left to scroll between your slides. And over here would be your Jitsi window, where we would select the screen sharing, and everybody can see what you're doing. Et voila! You can now see your remote audience as well as your notes and cues, while your audience can see you and your slides. So you no longer run the risk of missing comments and questions in the text chat, and you also do not have to exit the presentation to return to the stream. A side effect of this setup is that LibreOffice cannot enforce being always on top of all the other windows. This setting only applies within the X2Go session window. So I can drag any other window from my main screen over to the second screen, and it will be visible to the audience on top of the full screen presentation. Allow me to demonstrate. This is Trinity's start new application window, and I can just drag it here. And this would not be possible if you're in full screen mode on a local desktop. So there's also some more fine tuning that you can apply. For example, I recommend setting the background of your second screen to black, then doing the same for the entire background in your X2Go session. To be fair, it doesn't have to be black, just make it the same color in both. This is so that if you fail to resize the session window properly after disabling the window decorations, a few pixels off here and there won't matter and the audience won't really notice. Some desktop environments allow you to temporarily set the background color using the command xsetroot. And you can also automate the positioning and the resizing of the session window after you disable the window decorations by using a command line tool named X2Tool. And finally, rehearse with the second screen enabled and your main screen split the way it will be doing your live presentation. So try to find a pixel value or some characteristic mark on your desktop that you resize the screen to. This will show you if your notes all fit the screen or if you have to resize the font. Of course, alternatively to resizing, you can also just clone the slide and split the notes in half. So because no one will notice the additional click as you cycle through two identical slides, as the content on the screen will stay the same. All right, that was all, folks. Thank you for your time. I am now ready to answer questions and listen to your comments.
Can't you get the same setup done just by using virtual screens in X itself?
I've never really tried it. I guess you could probably run Xavier or XNest on the second
No, you
screen.
you don't even need to do that. X can you can define screens within X.org that don't have to be connected to to an output really. So you can have virtual screens, and they can also overlap or be totally adjunct from each other.
But if it's a virtual screen that I can't see at this moment, then I can't move my mouse cursor over it and add annotations.
As a fair point, but you can create a virtual screen that, for instance, only spans half of the physical display, and put another virtual screen next to it, so that both will be separate from each other. Which is essentially what your setup is trying to do in a different way, right? Okay. Are you still around? Hmm. Yeah, well, I guess you just lost the internet connection. Or maybe I did, but nope, it's still working fine for me. Hmm. Oh, right. He might be presenting with the Tuxedo laptop. Ah, there he is again. Okay. But nope. Well, I can see a still picture sometimes, but I can't hear you. Hmm. I guess it's working. So I'm running and wait for him to come back. And hello, Stefan. Oh, we can hear you again. Okay, great. I didn't stop the live stream, just for you to come back.
I'm not quite sure which part of my explanation was still available to you before the network broke down.
I don't know.
So what I was worrying about was the screen setup. Like LibreOffice will.
We can't hear you. Sorry. And you are gone again. Okay. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Hello again. Or maybe not. Mm-hmm. Hi, Oli. Stefan is having technical issues, I guess. So I'm just waiting. Okay,
Okay.
we can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Okay.
Okay, I'll try leaving the camera off due to my miserable bandwidth once more. So let's try this again. I don't know if you've explained it and I couldn't hear it because my line broke down. What I was wondering is if there's any way to tell LibreOffice that there are two virtual screens
Mm-hmm.
and that it has nor the actual screen.
Sorry, repeat that, please.
Mihai?
Yeah? Can you hear me again? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
So what I'm
But your
not sure is,
connection is still dropping off every now and then.
okay. So
Anyway.
the thing is,
Yeah.
The thing is, if you have two virtual screens, one fitting like half of your actual screen for the presenter
Yeah.
console, and one, I don't know, off screen or in another corner of the screen.
Right.
How do you tell X2Go? No, how do you tell LibreOffice to ignore the actual physical screen?
I think that LibreOffice doesn't care for the actual screen. It only cares for the virtual screen, which usually is a physical screen as well, a physical display as well, but it doesn't have to be. Well, you know, I'd have to actually try this out and check, but it should work even without X2Go because it's a bit over-engineered.
Well, I'm guessing that you can add virtual screens, yes, but LibreOffice will try to use them all. And that will be a problem because then it will go full screen over all the other applications.
Yeah, I'm not convinced about that. Because what's your initial problem that it tried to go full screen over everything, even if you don't? Even if you only share?
As soon as you turn on the presenter console, the second screen will show the slides in full screen, and the main screen will show the presenter console in full screen, and in always on top mode as well. So I could imagine that it might work with Xavier or XNest if they are aware of screen borders, like with regular X11 and Cinerama.
Well, they are not aware of screen borders, but they don't have to be because they only have support. They only support one screen. You can't have multiple screens with Sapphire or XNest anyway. So basically, yeah. Well, that yeah. As far as I remember. Oh, okay. Well, it's
because that's the only way I could imagine doing this without X2Go in the loop. Like you open a new Xavier or XNest window that fits 1.5 of your actual screens. And then you run LibreOffice in that XNest or Zephyr window. And if it is aware of the screen border splitting the Zephyr or XNest display into like 2/2 or 1/3 versus 2/3, then LibreOffice will pick up on that and make one screen the LibreOffice presenter screen and the other screen the slide screen. And with no Cinerama support, then you're completely out of luck.
Well, but Cinerama is, well, isn't Cinerama essentially? Oh, Cinerama is actually hurtful for that thing because Cinerama is merging multiple screens into one big screen. That's the point of Cinerama.
Yes, but it's aware of the physical screen borders. And that's what makes LibreOffice split the X2Go session screen into different parts.
Oh, okay.
Okay, any further questions? And Uli left a comment in the chat regarding X2Go headless mode. Okay, he wants to see a demo. Well, the demo was in the slides, but oh, headless mode. Okay.
No,
well,
LibreOffice headless mode, yeah.
Yeah, LibreOffice headless mode, in my opinion, is useful for scripting LibreOffice, like automatic file conversions. Like you take a LibreOffice writer file and you want to convert it into PDF. You can do that on the command line with LibreOffice headless mode. Yeah, you can open files with it. You can do things with it, but it doesn't affect the presenter mode. So I'm wondering if there's any way that I can share both screens. No. Nope, that doesn't seem to work. So this too is a Cinerama issue, I guess. If I try to share my screen here in Jitsi, it will detect that there are two different screens, and it will offer me to share one or the other, but I can't use one virtual screen covering both. But what I can do, of course, is start LibreOffice again. This time I won't be using the split screen mode. I'll just pull up the particular slide and move it to the second screen. Hold on. Oops. There is it here. Come on. And this is what was not what I want. This way. Screen sharing. Second screen. Okay. Uli, if you take a look at my screen now, so you should be able to see a green line here. This is this physical screen border. So the left grayish part is the left screen, and the part with a large presentation slide and the two black borders, that's the right screen. And now let me see how I can advance through the slides. Nope. No. This one, good. Let's see. We probably make this larger. So this is the left screen, the main screen. And this is like 1/3 of the X2Go session screen. And the other 2/3 are on the second screen to the right. And with Cinerama enabled, X2Go will pick up on the actual physical screen border. So that the left part will contain the presenter screen. You can see here, okay, enlarge this as well. So physical screen border where the black rectangle begins. Left third, LibreOffice. Right 2/3, currently unused black. And this is with LibreOffice in presenter mode. Left third is detected as a separate screen because there's a screen border. And this is where the presenter console goes. And the right screen, the right 2/3 of the virtual screen, which correspond to the full right screen, is where the slides go. What's not working? The problem is that if you do not run this in an X2Go session, but if you run it on your local screen, then the presenter console will fill your entire main screen, which is fine if you're standing on an actual stage with a live audience. But if you're using Jitsi, for example, or some other video conferencing software to stream your talk, then you cannot see your audience, and you can also not see the chat. Like, I would not be able to see what you're typing right now because the whole LibreOffice presenter console would be blocking the screen. This is why I came up with this workaround to run LibreOffice inside an X2Go session, which is then split across my two screens. So LibreOffice Presenter is working as designed, but it's not designed for live presentations via streaming. Libfake Cinerama, that's interesting. What is that? Mihai, have you ever heard of Libfake Cinerama?
Nope. It's part of Xpra. Okay. This fake library can be used to override the default libxcinerama library and expose customized screen dimensions. Yeah, so basically allows you to split your screen as you'd like. This is essentially the same same approach as I have suggested, only as a library. Stefan, are you still around?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Is he Uli gave you more information?
Well, the last thing I can read from Uli is that he used to experiment with libfake Cinerama before he came around and fixed Cinerama.
Yeah, but you haven't said anything, so I wondered whether you're still here. Or
okay, so basically the problem here is that I do not have a machine that has 3 physical displays. So up to now, I did not have a chance to try it out with 3 actual physical displays. It might be worth a try with libfake Cinerama. But my guess is that LibreOffice will pick one screen as the LibreOffice Presenter console screen and display the slides on all the other screens. Because if you think about being on a live stage and not having a projector, but like 2 screens to the left and to the right of your stage, then it obviously makes sense to display the slides on both of those screens and to have the LibreOffice Presenter console in front of you.
Maybe, but I don't believe so. That would be weird. I mean, that would be unexpected, really.
So if I were to use this fake Cinerama, could I like split my main screen into thirds?
2 different screens, yeah.
Fully?
But you only define. I mean, you define a new set of screens essentially in the X2Fake Cinerama config file, and you can set it up as you'd like. They don't have to match any physical screens or anything like that.
Okay.
Well, because your screen essentially already is, well, it does span across multiple displays essentially, but this is one big screen really. So you can override this via libxfake Cinerama and into like 10 different other screens, or physical displays for that matter.
Okay, so is this a Debian package, or do I have to build it from source from this GitHub repo?
Probably have to build from source, although since Expra is part of Debian, is included in Debian, I guess that it could be packaged already. Let me check. libxfake. Of Debian? Yeah, Express part of Debian. Fake. Maybe they're not using it, but yeah, but building it is really easy. I mean, it's part of Gentoo and NixOS, but it doesn't seem to be part of Debian. But really, building it is just one GCC call, so you don't even, yeah.
I just checked on Ubuntu, not Debian, but Ubuntu's Xpra package has a user lib Python 3 this packages Xpra x11 fake cinerama.py.
Yeah, but that's only the Python implementation, yeah. Packages, ubuntu.com. Fake cinerama, internal server error. Okay, no packages found. I don't think that it's packaged. Extra sort. Check that. So where does it have the fake cinerama.py? In server?
Package Xpra.
Yeah. Fake cinerama.
Let me just copy and paste it to the chat.
X11, okay. X11. I think that they removed it from, yeah, upstream removed this file already, so I guess this is why you don't see anything. Fakes in.
Okay, so
remove. Yeah, they removed it in 5 months, a year ago, essentially. That explains why it's not packaged any longer.
Okay, figures. Okay, so
also they have this
this
code in here. So basically they never shipped it on Debian or Ubuntu, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do this. Okay, it does throw a warning when I try to build it.
Does give a warning, but it does build, right?
Let me just check what it did. But this is the warning I'm getting.
Yeah, that's not an issue. As long as it actually built. Well, no, well, I don't know why they never used fake Cinerama on Debian or Ubuntu, but probably because packaging it was too difficult for them, or not worth the effort, I figure. And now that they have removed it anyway, it looks as if people were not actually actively using that.
Okay, so now I need to create a display fake Cinerama. EI.fake Cinerama. This screens.
I ignore it. Yeah, ignore it. Before you actually try to spawn
Okay,
LibreOffice,
what should I do?
just try to run something like a render in there.
Yeah,
if you have a render installed.
Just a moment. I just hope that I got the syntax of this thing right. Mihai, looking at this sample configuration file,
Yeah.
The external LCD screen HDMI 1 is set to 1366. I believe that's the horizontal position, so to the right of the main screen, which is 1366 pixels wide.
Yeah.
If I want to place a third screen to the left of the main screen, would I be able to use
Left.
negative numbers?
I don't know what the main screen is actually. I mean,
the main screen is the laptop main screen at position 00.
Yeah, but you can. Well, I don't think that you can give it negative coordinates. I think that 00 is the point of origin.
In that case,
And
I'll go for 3286 for the third screen. 286. That's 1366 plus the 1920. And now let's see. How am I supposed to call this? Now the load and render.
that's actually different on Windows. Windows, I think that Windows always starts the main screen on 00 and screens left of that have negative values. Oh, what?
Wait, I made a typo here. This is obviously wrong. This one needs to go here. But it's still knowing this. Okay, what can I do? Nope. A render is not picking up on this change.
Well, did you load it up with LD preload?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe I need to make it executable or something.
Well, it's a library, so it should be executable already. But you may need to provide the full path in LD preload.
Okay, let's see.
I'm not sure if LD
okay, so
preload
it is executable. That seems to have worked.
Mm.
So let's try the full path. Nope. A render is not picking up on this change. It's displaying my actual physical screens.
Mm-hmm.
It does not throw any errors though. So
and X render?
Okay, let's do that. Oh, completely ignores it as well.
I don't believe that. Okay, let me try that.
Of course, I might have to change the file name. So this is set to use display fixing. Okay, let's try that. Okay. And let's try this again. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, this. Like me. Okay.
So I have 2 displays. The number of screens must be a positive number between 9 and 10. Are not comments must define each of the screen. All screens must be defined. Each screen must consist of numeric values separated by segments with X, Y with height. So the area of the display belongs to the given screen. Okay, so 1. 960.
Okay, let me. I should be able to share this screen. Probably not like so. Screen share. Here you go. Here you go. Window. Text coming up. So you can see that I've created 2 config files.
Let me. 2 config file, 3 screens and 3. Yeah, okay. And yeah, okay.
And now if I run this command, wait, no, let's use X2Go. You should see 3 connected screens, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't, because HDMI 1 is disconnected, which matches my physical screen setup. So there's the internal display, and there's the external display. But this is the other port I have, and I cannot use both at the same time. So there you go. The thing I can think of right now is that they don't want to see the colon in front of the display number when creating the file name. So I can try copying this to copy dot 0 dash 8 Nope, no change at all. So whatever this is trying to do, it does not work for X-Render or A-Render.
Yeah.
It also doesn't work for LibreOffice.
Need to turn XDP info to run. Okay. Okay.
Well, maybe LibreOffice will
well,
work with it.
Uli has a point. You can only see the stuff in XDPI info minus X Xinerama. And maybe, but dimensions, okay. Screen 0. But I can't actually. Oh yeah, head 1 and head 2. Yeah. That works for me.
Yeah, XDPY info works for me as well. But A-Render, X-Render, and LibreOffice completely ignore this.
Probably because they use the render stuff, covering actual displays and stuff. So it probably doesn't work well for that. But okay, now if I start, I don't have a LibreOffice presentation on my. Well, actually, yes. Let me start Impressive with fake full screen and my PDF. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. Cannot be preloaded. Oh. Because it's Python script. There been Python.
Uli posted another GitHub link. Fake X-Render.
Fake X-Render. Yeah, that's okay. Fake X-Render configurations. more monitors than there actually are. It hooks into xrender and libcinerama and replaces certain configurable monitor configurations with multiple virtual monitors. Yep. That seems to be better. Okay, he's gone again. Yeah, but certainly libcinerama doesn't work for impressive either, so I guess we really need the fake xrunners library in order to work around that. Because like I've said, Xinerama is actually doing the opposite of what you want to do.
So it seems my line broke down once more, but I'm back.
Yep.
So I can now start this fake xrender configuration tool.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say create and create another. How do I create a third one?
I don't know.
I'm not quite sure what this thing is supposed to do, because I can click on create and I will get up to 2 virtual screens, but they are named after my actual screens. And I can't create a third one that way. Oh, do I have to LD preload this one? So here we go. This is X1 match. Match. Nope. Nope. Still 2 screens.
Let me check that. Source git clone xrender. Pyro. I don't have. Pyro. And require C types. Not require X11 is. Has X11 display. Oh gosh.
Okay, Mihai?
Yeah.
I just managed to get this fake, what was it called? Fake, this Python tool running. So I split my main screen into 3 parts. And tried to start a render. A render detects that it's now split into 3 parts. But if I try to start LibreOffice, it does not detect it. It believes it's one screen.
Just one more thing. I mean, we're actually just doing toy stuff here, but we're still live streaming. So, do we want to stop the live stream?
Well, we can. The idea was that we might find a simpler solution.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the most simple solution is probably to use X2Go itself, because you can define virtual monitors. So it should just work out of the box.
So this is what a render currently looks like for me.
Okay. That makes sense, yeah.
All these 3 displays are active. But when I start LibreOffice, this is one big screen to it. There's no split on any of those vertical lines.
Why would it do that?
Because that's the presenter mode. Let me just terminate this and start LibreOffice again. Settings. And of course it won't show the window. Or does it? No, it doesn't. So it shows the main window, but it doesn't show the pop-up where I can set this. But I have a screenshot of it here. So this is what I'm seeing right now. The presentation display is grayed out. And if it would detect the virtual screens, it would look like here. And I could actually choose which display to use.
It does work for me. I mean, at least for Impressive. Impressive does the right thing, I guess. Maybe. And the window looks a bit big, but actually, detector screen size 960 pixels. That's a bit weird. Not sure if I have.
Wait, do I have to use this? Ah, dang it. Close.
Yeah, weird things are happening for me too.
So LibreOffice doesn't like any of your fake tools.
Okay. How do I start? LibreOffice? without it connecting to. Also, I need a presentation. Do I have ODS is a presentation, right?
You
No,
should
it's not.
still have the presentation file from
But
Linux
what's the extension for presentations?
ODP, I think.
ODP. I do have.
You should have a presentation from Linux Day Dornbirn 2022.
Yeah, I do have that. Okay, great. I could use that. But still, how do I open LibreOffice? Impress. But if I do that, LibreOffice is already running on my machine, so I can actually. Okay, now tools and no, not tools. Where's the slideshow? Slideshow
Like I said, you
settings.
need to close all LibreOffice
Yeah,
related
I
tools
know.
because it only picks up any changes on the first start.
But can't I tell it to just not communicate with your main process?
I don't know.
I should be able to. I mean, I could use namespaces. Oh, can use namespaces for that. But how do I use namespaces? The sandbox? Unshare minus fork. Right, that could work. Unshare.
So so my presentation started around 2030, I think, and lasted for maybe 15 minutes. And now we're approaching 2200. So maybe, just maybe, my solution isn't that over-engineered at all.
Oh, well, what is the problem is that LibreOffice spawns a main process and other processes you spawn afterwards are talking to the main process usually. But with I should be able to work around that with unshare. Although I don't know if unshare is actually also unsharing LO impress. No. Yeah, no. Okay. I need them. Probably also need pit with forked. Minus P minus E. Okay. I can't actually try that because right now I'm not able to. I don't want to kill my running LibreOffice session. and it's communicating with the main process somehow. So I don't know how to tell it not to. Oh, they have to do other stuff anyway. Anyway, if you're not doing anything right now, I just stop the live stream, right?